What you're looking at here is a very active beehive. This is Steve Benke from Eco Bee Removal, and I'm going to document bee removal from a plaster block wall. This is classic of what you find in the bee removal world. Some place that hasn't been caulked. It doesn't matter what it is. In this case, it happens to be the AC box. But it could be a cable wire going through a wall, or the actual power box from the electric company. In this case, it's always the same situation. There's no caulking, and they get inside the wall, and they're going to go up inside the spaces in the wall. As you know, concrete block has two spaces. Each block has two spaces, and when the spaces line up, create a vertical channel. And these bees will fly in and go straight up the wall. There are actually the colonies up there, and based on the activity, we're going to probably see a lot of honeycomb in this wall today. So we're going to document this procedure. Like I said, the bees went in down below where that box entered the wall, and so we know that the colony is actually on the inside straight up. And so thus begins the process. We drill some holes, and we locate the colony inside the wall. In this case, we just found it right away, and we made a cut, and exposes the whole honeycomb. And so we'll continue to drill holes. We'll skip down a little bit, and we'll probably cut another little hole down below. And you can see here we've scribed it out, picture sideways. It still gives you an idea. You can see where the original box was, where they were going in. And then the whole process begins. We're going to start vacuuming bees out and starting to remove the honeycomb that's inside the wall. In this case, the bees had been there so long that they actually moved over and started filling up a second vertical column. But they were lucky. We only had to make one cut, in this case on the second vertical column, to pull out where they got started. But that first vertical column took us 3 cuts straight down. You see we've skipped down a little bit. That way we can make as few cuts as possible and still get out all the honeycomb. So we're going to remove bees from the top, and we're going to remove bees from the bottom. We're going to be reaching an arm inside of there, and to get all that honeycomb out. So now you can see, now we've cleaned it all out, and so this particular job took us 4 holes to get all the honeycomb out, and then we just, we're going to stuff it, and we're going to dust it with borax powder, and we're going to plaster it, and it's actually stronger in the finished product than it was when it was first built. All you have to do is touch up paint when we're done, and you get a warranty, and you don't have to worry about anything again when it comes to bees in this wall. You remove the honeycomb, and we've stuffed the space, and so nothing can ever grow in there again. Okay, well, moving on, you can see this is more. This is a classic where the power box goes into the house. Again, you can see where the bees are using the box and the conduit to get inside the wall. And again, we've gone straight up for where the bees are going in, and we're drilling some holes into the hollow spaces to confirm what we already know is most likely true, and that is the bees are right in this general vicinity. And sure enough, we open up the hole, and there they are, honeycomb exposed. Again, surgical cuts with the idea that we don't want to mess with the power. We don't want to be cutting across any wires. This, again, it's why you're hiring an expert, so that we can find them, make these small cuts, get the bees out, get the honeycomb out, and with as little damage as possible. So the whole process goes over the same situation as before, reaching in from above and pulling up honeycomb, reaching in below, pulling out honeycomb, and just cleaning out the entire wall of honeycomb, bee larvae, and bees. So you can see here we've had to work around the power. Here's the second hole that's been cut into the wall, and the team working together to just pull out every piece of comb that we can get our hands on. Look at the size of that chunk right there. And once again, we're going to dust it with a soap powder on the inside, a borax soap powder, and then we're going to stuff the space and replaster over the holes. And you have um, a job done perfectly. There's my team right here. My sons, Sam on the left, Eli on the right. Remember that no one really knows how much honeycomb you have on the wall. You can't tell from the outside. Something the size of a basketball, a swarm the size of a basketball can fly into a quarter-inch hole in about 2 hours and then go to work. So the longer they've been there, the more the more honeycomb is going to be built up in the wall. But no one knows. Probably less than 1% of the bees are coming and going, actually gathering nectar, and that's not telling you the story. So basically speaking, you have to come onto the job and do some test holes before we know just how much honeycomb you have in there. And all of your quotes should be low or have a low price and a high price. If you're getting a flat rate, someone's doing a flat rate job. I know I can't give a flat rate. I'm going to charge you for how much honeycomb we got to remove because that's where all the work is. I hope this gives you a little idea of what you're looking for if you have bees going into a concrete block wall. This is something you don't want to mess around with. You need a specialist, someone who can do surgical cuts, get it all out, put it all back together, and then, you're not worrying about bees again, because you will get bees back if you don't take all the right steps. Well, this is Steve Benke with Eco Bee Removal. Thanks for watching our video. Saving bees and be blessed.